welcome you all. The course name of the paper is Organic Reaction Mechanism. The topic is the electronic displacement effect of the organic molecules. So, what is electronic displacement in organic chemistry? Before that, in this video, we are going to discuss about what is electronic displacement, what is the inductive effect, how inductive effect affect the acidity of the carboxylic compounds, and what are the rules for resonance, aromaticity. So these are the contents we are going to discuss about in this lecture. What is electron displacement? So electronic displacement occurs when electrons move toward one side to another side in the particular molecules. That is called electronic displacement. So these electron displacements are only responsible for the chemical reactivity of some organic molecules and the inertness of some of the molecules. So in this electron displacement, we are having a lot of effects, but in our syllabus they are given an inductive effect. This inductive effect is the polarization of sigma bond. What is the polarization of sigma bond? So polarization means creation of charges between the two adjacent atoms. We can say it's a polarization. We know that sigma bond is strong bond. We cannot easily polarize. So once if you substitute some electron donating or withdrawing group, that will trigger the chain or molecule, then automatically the polarization has been triggered. That is called inductive effect. So there's a two type of inductive effect. One is positive inductive effect, another one is negative inductive effect. Positive inductive effect means if we have electron donating group in the chain, that chain electron donating, what's the nature of the electron donating group? It will donate the electrons towards the chain. So we can say it is a positive inductive effect. Negative inductive effect means if you have an electron withdrawing group in the chain, so that will pull the electrons towards the electron withdrawing group. That is called negative inductive effect. So how this will affect the acidity of the carboxylic compounds? There's two points. One is if we have electron withdrawing group in the particular chain, so the acidity will get increases. Also, if we have more electron negative atom in the chain, that will also increases the acidity of the compounds. At the same time, if we increase the distance of the atom, the acidity will get decreases. For example, take acetic acid, the pKa value is 4.76. At the same time, you can compare the acidity of the fluoroacetic acid 2.66. That means we have replaced one hydrogen in the acetic acid by fluorine atom. The acidity has been drastically changed into 2.66. That means if you have more electronegative atom in the acetic acid, the acidity get increases. For example, also if you increase the number of electronegative substituent, the acidity will get increases. For example, take chloroacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid, trichloroacetic acid. Among these three, trichloroacetic acid is highly acidic in nature because we are having 3 chlorine atoms. But in the case of monochloroacetic acid, we are having only 1 chlorine atom. So compared to these 3 acetic acid, trichloroacetic acid is highly acidic in nature. At the same time, with respect to electronegative group, for example, take chloroacetic acid and fluoroacetic acid. Now we can compare the acidity of the both compounds. The chloroacetic acid is less acidic compared to fluoroacetic acid because in the fluoroacetic acid, the fluorine is highly electronegative compared to chlorine. I told you earlier, if you have a high electronegative atom, that will enhance the acidity of the compounds. That's why fluoroacetic acid is more acidic compared to fluoroacetic acid. Also, if you increase the position of the substituent with respect to carboxylic group, the acidity will get decreases. For example, take your 2-chlorobutanoic acid, 3-chlorobutanoic acid, and 4-chlorobutanoic acid. So among these three, 2-chlorobutanoic is highly acidic in nature because the chlorine has been placed at very near to carboxylic acid. That will increases the resonance stabilization of the carboxylic group. That's why the 2-chlorobutanoic is more acidic compared to 3-chloro and 4-chlorobutanoic acids. So these are some examples for minus I group and plus I group. Minus I means negative inductive effect. For example, amine, nitro, cyanide, carboxylic acid, fluoro, fluoro, bro, iodo, ether, hydroxy, amine. These are the examples for minus I group. Like alkyl, aryl or hydrogen, T-butyl, methyl, methylene, methane, deuterium, hydrogen. These are the examples for plus I groups. Next, rules of resonance. That means how to draw the resonance structures. The valid resonance structures must satisfy the following rules. There must be valid Lewis structures obeying the active rule. For example, carbon should be 4 valence. If it is 5, that is not a valid structure. Nitrogen should have 5 valency or 3 valency. If it is more than 5 or less than 5 means it is not a valid structure. Also, the maximum valence will be highly stable. For example, compare compound number 1 and 2. In the case of 2, carbon having 4 valency. In the case of compound number 1, carbon having 3 valency. So, if we have more covalent bond, that is a more stable configuration. Also, if we have more number of charges, that structure is less stable compared to fewer charges compounds. For example, left side is a valid and more stable resonance form compared to right side, because right side we are having 2 negative charges and 1 positive charges. So compared to these 2 compounds, the right side compound having more charges. More charges means it's a less stable compounds. Next topic we will discuss about the aromaticity. So before, suppose if we talk about the stability of the compounds, the first thing is we have to talk about the aromatic character. Suppose if compound should be aromatic, means at least we should follow the 4 rules. One is, first, the compound should be cyclic in nature. Second, every atom in the ring must be conjugated or it will undergo delocalization. The third, molecule should possess 4n plus 2 pi systems. The fourth one, the molecule must be flat. So if it is obey these 4 criteria, then we can say the molecule is aromatic character. Now we will see the types of aromaticity. One is aromatic, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic compounds. So aromatic means, as I said earlier, should be cyclic, delocalization of pi electron, planar in nature, it should obey the Huckel rule. For example, benzene system. Non-aromatic means cyclic, no delocalization of pi electrons, non-planar, and it will not obey the Huckel rule. Anti-aromatic means should be cyclic, it should have a delocalization of pi electrons, planar, it should obey the 4n pi system. For example, cyclobutadiene. For example, take benzene. It's a 6 pi system. Naphthalene is a 10 pi system. The anthracene is a 14 pi system. So these are some examples for aromatic compounds. One is naphthalene, furan, indole, pyridine system, tryptophan ion, cyclopentadienyl anion. So these are the examples for aromatic compounds. This one, cyclooctatetra, is not an aromatic compound. So in this case, the first one is we are having the 2 hydrogen inside the ring system. It is not aromatic, but as per calculation, is obey the Huckel rule, but the compound is not aromatic because the 2 inner hydrogen has been placed in a very crowding place. That means that these 2 hydrogen having repulsion. So due to the repulsion, the molecule went to out of the plane. That means it should not obey the aromatic rules. But if you replace the hydrogen methylene group, then molecule become aromatic in nature. The first one is the 2 hydrogens are having repulsion. So due to the repulsion, the molecule doesn't have planarity. So there is no planarity, means molecule is not an aromatic compound. So now you can replace the hydrogen by methylene group, then the repulsive force has been reduced, then molecule become aromatic in nature. Likewise, homoaromatic compounds. Homoaromatic compounds means the molecule contains sp2 and sp3 hybridized carbons. Normally, all the aromatic compounds containing sp2 carbon only, but in the homoaromaticity compounds having sp2 and sp3 both hybridized compounds. For example, tropylium ion, here the hydrogen A and B both are sp3 hybridized compounds. Even though this will undergo delocalization, it's a special compounds. This molecule is said to be homoaromatic compounds. In summary, in this lecture, we have learned about what is electronic displacement and how it will affect the acidity of the carboxylic acid, and we have learned about how to write resonance structures of organic molecules, and we have learned about aromaticity and its various types. Thank you so much.